victory lockers, 3 flight deck reversals, has a bunch of bombers with missile projectors, and a couple of Pontos getting off the deck. Just air support, I guess. The half cap sort. Okay, they got gun cappers in the center here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those together, and then we've got 2 Neko cappers checkbox off the other sides. All right. I'll bomb at the back line, and then 5x sprinters for diving on stuff and just shredding with the guns and Auroras and soft kill and stuff. So half sprinter ball. Crosscut Racer comes in with a beam destroyer with stone walls. Often very nice. Has a focus particle accelerator, just a bit here flight control. Have to teach them how to put that second reactor in there because they got booster as well. All right, and they're on the newer sides. That's fine.
The enemy is
They got 2 beam
securing zone
destroyers covering B
common.
point side. They got a Sarissa and Mark
The
250
enemy is
capper.
securing
Okay,
zone
going up there.
eclipse.
They've got a huh, pair of these gun shuttles with double defender, no
The
chaff.
enemy is
Interesting.
securing zone dagger.
All right. Feels a little new player fleet, but at the same time, it may actually end up working out really well. We'll see how it ends up going.
The
So
enemy is
we've got
securing
that, and then
zone
lastly, we
boxer.
got Bongi coming in with looks like DLS2 backline bombers. Bernard on one, they got Bullseye in there, Bullseye blanket, rebounds. I think it's just a is it Bullseye? Yeah, command strike is the plan. No sauce. Okay. Next up, Edgelord comes in with that is a plasma throngler. Yep, 8 plasma cannons pointed upwards for aiming. Nice to run that. And then they've just got a pure 100 mil obelisk and a pure 100 mil obelisk. Nothing to really talk about here. These are just really empty. Small drives because they're so cheap.
The
Okay,
enemy secured zone common.
450 Acello with 20 secondaries and some jam on it with auroras. Odd.
The enemy
They've got
secured zone
another one accompanying
eclipse.
it with similar setup, probably just duplicated over. And lastly, they had a spare points shuttle, just empty stuff here going in.
The
Yeah,
enemy
it's damage control.
secured zone
Time zero with
dagger.
the carrier. They've got a full 3K more line. This thing has radar shift up, right?
The
Yep.
enemy secured zone
Um,
boxer.
advanced radar. No. Does it have radar? It does not. I actually can't tell. Avionics, fuselage, a blade of foam, artillery nozzles. Oh. Oh, I guess it's just arsenal. Never mind. All right, that makes sense then. Okay, they've got a carrier. What's in the carrier? Bombers, ceramic pylons, for command,
The enemy is
bunch of
securing
strafing
zone gamma.
fighters, a bunch of these mounted display, a blade of foams, something. They can tank Nessus in one hit, and then the skips, as was mentioned before. Lastly, Trojan Shadow has got 250 liners flipped upside down here. Another one first down to E point side. Rocket shuttle kind of down mid towards A point. T20 shuttle going towards F. T20 shuttle towards G point. Empty capper going on to A point, and then empty capper on G. Them's the
How many
fleets, like them
The
or not.
enemy is securing
how
zone
many fighters were on
atlas.
that carrier?
Good question. Let's take a look. That was about 14 there, and then another 8 on top. So I don't know, call it 20 around or so. That's what we see airborne. So actually like 30 something, 32, 34, somewhere in there. All right. Cap situation currently, a point going in the hands of a Cascade Flight might get the 8 point deny. We'll see if they go for it or if they keep
The
on
enemy has
trucking. Single
secured
flight
zone gamma.
airborne. Um, does Trojan have the bombshell? They do have bombshell, so that's going to do a lot, assuming that it works against this and they don't get mauled. Trojan has pushed themselves up aggressively with their stuff here. They do not know what is facing them, as they don't have any early warning to scout this. That is a noticeable thing he's lacking. G point is going to get shredded here pretty shortly by RPF, so they got the cap off, so done the job. It's a naked capper, it does that.
The
Bombs,
enemy secured
I
zone
think were
atlas.
launched there, but seem to have completely whiffed for reasons unknown.
Hello.
That's very interesting. Hello there, Vostal. You're just joining us now as we are getting the game going. All right. 8 point strike apparently hard misses, which is weird. I don't know actually how they managed to do that. Anyways, the gold stack super I dive
The
your
enemy is
backline with
securing
mass
zone full.
sprinters because I figured they were going to do something fringe like this is happening, and yeah, we're going to see if 250 bombshell counters that. Why do gold players always do this? Like, we just have one gold stack game. Like, hey, I've got this bone to pick. Oh, play edge case thing. God damn it, you
Because
guys.
other people aren't allowed to have fun while playing the game, including them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know how it goes. Live a cringer, die a cringer, all that jazz. All right. Map situation: 4 caps for the OSP, 3 caps going to ANS now as an F point. This thing is targeted by a 250 100 mil liner and will die very quickly. The shaft is going to be reduced to atoms. Yeah, this thing is super skeletal. Right. Beyond that, they're trying to hell jam everything here. Again, lack of early warning is going to hurt them a lot. This is the A missile, which is dual purpose, able to shoot fighter craft because they're less maneuverable on test branch, but also able to hit shuttles if it comes to it, if they land. Yep, you see it smoke a Barracuda there, as was mentioned. Wasp flight going to get the hell out of dodge. They're not even 20 mil, just pure R2 strike. Honestly, kind of makes sense because you don't really need the 20 mil with them, but some more A dash is being lobbed out here as Bongi is going to be trying their best to send what they can. These are looking like they're trying to go for the Corvette and instead going to rocket. Yeah, not much to say about that. Trojan is in the right position here. They're probably loading up 250 bombshell. They are setting up the pause fire. They'll find pause firing on very fast assets like this kind of annoying since you get Corvettes moving in like 50 to 60, and that's just awkward. But that's what we have early warning for to kind of get positioning and name. Firestorm flight here is airborne. They got a bunch of torpedoes. They got bomb finishers and R2s as just a little extra boom. Adamant flight as well, set up with some more of the same torpedoes and bombs. A dash going here after this. What is a skip? That's the word. All right. A dash going to stage. We'll see. Nope. It's just going to get our RPF down before it even hits. So that'll be that. Sundial provides general awareness of the park. Jamming going on the rough area here, but they've got bad track by the looks of it. All right. ANS is roaming into the back line, probably trying to catch Tom Zero's carrier.
The
Tom Zero
enemy
has
is
started
securing
moving
Zone
now,
Alpha.
just on flight quarters. Now they've flicked it back to full. They're going to be getting the hell out of Dodge, knowing there's a sprinter bombing group going for them. These ones have already taken some damage to main thrusters, which will inhibit their ability somewhat, but not enough to really stop their push. All right. OSP is sitting comfortably, capping the F point here. There's a pair of beam stones watching the D points that could potentially be big if Trojan walks into that. They have to be careful. Recognizing what the state of the game is, we see Microsoft Edgelord has now moved into the middle of the map with their stuff. They got their Throngler and their double 30. So if there was ever a loadout to try and mess up all of this sprinter and like frigate backline dive, this would kind of be it. Another A dash going to snipe out a Barracuda there. I think that's is that actually a trade up points wise for ANS? I straight up don't know. Like command size 2 hybrid is like 10 or 11 points, and these are like 8 points up top, I guess.
The enemy secured Zone
Just
Fulcrum.
rockets, that's like 2, so that's 12? I guess technically that's trade positive for ANS. Alright. Okay, F point cap happened there, like we mentioned. Cross cut racer is just hanging out here, trying to draw in that liner into beaming range, so they'll advance up shortly. Alright, the gun bricks are going to find the Acellos and do, not much to them, because it's a bow on Acello with a no score reinforcement components. For how that works. These are noticeably not gun plotted, so that triple the that's a build. Bridgemaster? Yeah, these are low creatured. Anyways, 450 is not going to do anything against these because these frigates are very small. There's no gun plotting and jamming. They should be able to avoid lock, I think, with all this. One floodlight, I don't think will punch through this jamming for a lock. We will find out. Oh, here we go. Yep, 250 liner is going to unmask here on the wrong angle and get split up as it tries to deny the cap here. Going to be a lot of damage adding up quickly as those 100 guns are just going to pick apart this thing. Yep, see all the little ticks go off there.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
Super missile dump is going out against the Acellos as they're thinking they are blinded. These are command keys by the looks of it. These are really weirdly built point defense wise, so actually doing better than expected there. A couple of those will land on the snoot. For a heck piece strike, that's not much. Granted, there's another salvo coming, but all things considered, that survived a lot better than I thought. Okay, that's going to do it. There we go. That's more what we expect. That drive is going to go off. There's no way to fix that without scramming, as unfortunately reactor overload plus 4 crits go burr. We're going to look back here,
The
just
enemy is
continuous jamming
securing
fire.
Zone
They're going to be
Gambit.
pecking away at whatever gets into range. Trojan Shadow is injured here, and they are going to probably keep this cap. Yeah, this thing's going to get grape shot down, so go for it. Still, they need to get those 250s on target soon. A-cap attempt was made. Firestorm Flight and Ajax Flight are airborne. They should be able to take this thing out with these torpedoes. Axe CMD don't miss. Clonk and Clonk, dead ship. Okay, another wave of these supersized 2 hybrids. How many more of those do they have? Only a handful. Still, they're gonna take out about, like, 1,400 point asset or so here with the continuous fire. Smack, 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 smack. Takes more and more hits here. Still able to recover some of those between salvos. Comes another wave of them.
Ooh, Rock PD.
Right into the rock PD. Love it. Okay. This one is crippled. The other one is heavily hurt. Yes, that's a pretty good trade. Does not mean that the carrier is dead. Carrier has had to reposition itself behind a rock here, try and get some stuff airborne. Hard to fly into that with the sheer volume of fire. Down below the map, we see Hunter has broken off their group of 5 gun corvettes here, trying to find something. They will pick off one of Search and Shadow's ships here. This is going to react to Bloom in about 30 seconds. No, never mind, Full Line Fire. Not a threat. All right. Tara's Heart, unfortunately, just gets the I am the blue player in a gold stack lobby experience as they're hell eviscerated by something or other. Ballista Flight is airborne from Tom here, has a bunch of anti-air munitions, and just not really finding anything to fight. A couple of missiles go off here from Gunslinger Flight. These look like torpedoes that landed. At least the better part of them did. Gunslinger Flight, yep, had some Activate Red Val and Activate Val, so a couple of those landed, did some damage. Thing is structure broken and drive, not ideal. That 250 LN would have done wonders here if it was marked. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Reactor Bloom goes off there as that ship was killed off earlier. I believe that this one is, yep, it's fine. Escaping from that armor strip. Still not a great angle to find yourself. The Uppsala Cavalry super fast backline divers are doing their thing. And yeah. All right. Trojan Shadow is holding back on going to F point, looking to pick off some other things. This crosscut racer going to come around the corner right into the waiting arms of a 250, a 250 Hunter liner. That will be easy money there. Game is going to 1,500 points. This is a 7 capper.
The enemy is
Talk about right
securing
now.
zone
It's like,
common.
yeah, Anus is pure light craft trying to dive to the key point here. They're hoping to roll over the carrier, and they are going to spot it in a moment since Com Zero did not rebase soon enough. And it's also like, can you even run from this effectively? Because they do outpace you. Hard to say. All right. Some bombers trying to land again. A couple of fighters are airborne. Yep. Bungie and Scrubbus just diving for this, trying to do all the work they can. Edge is going to get hit by RPF here and a couple of AP rounds by the look of it. Edge, if there was ever a time, now is the time to try and get your Hunter kills working. I don't think they have track. Yeah, they do not appear to have track. Is that just sleep at the wheel? What is going on here? Okay, they're engaging over here. That plasma miner. What is the story with this thing? Now it's moving. Okay. Realizes, hey, halfway through getting shot that it probably shoot back. It
The
does have
enemy is
track over
securing
here, but
zone
it's also about
fulcrum.
to get hit by a shit ton of bait ash. Gotta call that one a micro
The
error.
enemy
This thing
secured
just
zone common.
wasn't doing anything, and I don't know why they had it like that. All right. Well, liner gonna go down just to 2 players, coordinated volume of fire, mass missiles, and then 250 AP is enough to punch out this thing's hardened systems. Scrunch goes that, and Complex should be killed here shortly. Once they get 258. They have 250, right? No, they don't. Can PT break this? No, they can. They can. They have
The
250 on
enemy
that.
is
All right.
securing zone dagger.
Need to get their shots. Yep, there you go. Now it finally gets the break there as damage. The damage migration thing. I can't remember the words for it. All right, missile swing and a miss there. Carrier is running like hell, trying his best to evade this. Bongi should probably get eyes on that any second. Ooh, okay, A dash has come around as apparently they did that.
The enemy secured zone fulcrum.
I guess command just didn't work until they got pinged there, and then they came around. All right, one hangar bank does go down. They still have a storage to recover it. Another A dash going out here on the skiff. Super light spam into the back line. Trench is all hell, but we all know that. Yeah. Goblin Flight is engaging here as there's some light strike attempts being made. 250 liner was not in position. The other one is out of here. Beam
The
destroyers
enemy
are
is
trying to set up
securing
for an
zone
ambush
boxer.
on it. Looks like this one got struck by something earlier. They might be able to get another shot into that
The
beam destroyer
enemy
and pick it off.
secured zone dagger.
A couple of fighters and bombers are cycling around, nothing really going on. Top of the map, Trojan Shadow is still completely crippled. 5 teams working overtime trying to fix that thing. It was the barricade here. Uh, eh, effectively, like, 3 capitals have gone down here for not a lot taken away from the ANS side. Yeah, A dash HE shape going in here. These are most likely going to encounter AMMs and get shot down. Okay, 2 of them are going to look like they'll get through. 1, 2 impacts into the thrusters and the reinforced drive. Not often you see reinforced drive in a carrier, but all right. A arsenal count. A dashes are all but expended. One of them left in the banks. There is still a salvo of size 2 hybrids. It looks like they could give a last hurrah if they wanted. Yeah. Um, Trying to start trying their best to move away from the encroaching swarm because they've got nothing to do with their 450 shots. Yeah. So Edgelord down here with plasma, and again, no targets to fight against. Edge case build, gonna edge case build. They show up with Boots All Light stuff. OSP brought some anti-capital things. Eight Sprinter Swarm Ball, I guess.
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
All right. I already feel the blue team writing up their obviously this is the fault of XYZ game balance description thing, and then submitting it to Balcon for infinite of votes or whatever their X grind is. And yeah, blue team just gonna kind of roll through the map right now. Turkey Shadow still has dead liner, still has living liner down here. This thing took a little bit of a hit, but it's getting a kill on a beam destroyer. OSP 710 on the board, ANS almost 400. It's not really mattering that much at this stage. We're only halfway through, and OSP is rapidly losing assets. Area doesn't really have much you can strike, as these things just have layered point defense net, and not much you can do. Edge is going to encounter these bombers here, and looks like they deflected for the most part. Yeah, that'll do it. T-30s and a bit of grape shot as they walk their bombers into range is going to do that. Hunter's carrier is suddenly in range of the plasma liner,
The
assuming that
enemy
they give
secured zone
orders.
boxer.
Come on, Edge. Yeah, you can fire the guns. I don't actually know how much armor a levy has. All I know is that it is big and can be shot. So, yep, there we go. Plasma order has been given. Yep, aim and fire. So they're trying to roll their aiming C-50 under the target. Should see the plasma hit in a second. 15 centimeter armor only? Damn, I thought they at least had 20. Huh. All right. That's surprising then, because that means a bulk raider is more armor than a levy. Was not expected to take shots, but still. All right, plasma gonna go out here. It's not much in terms of
The enemy
damage,
is
but
securing
like
zone
anything
fulcrum.
counts. First shot misses as is tradition, and second apparently because what the fuck is that aim point? Oh, they don't have lock. That's probably why, right? Yeah. No, bridge master should be enough if they can do this. Why are those not hitting? Yeah, that's weird. All right, well that'll gut shot it either way. 100 mil is going to spell the end of this thing. Doom, death, and despair as it goes daka daka and gets killed off. Magazine will get redded out. Thing will just out. Yeah. All right, carrier is dealt with. The swarm is trying to dive back and deal with that. They did their backline dive, killed off 3 capitals, effectively, and are now trying to recover from there. F point cap is going off though, as we take a look down here. Turkey Shadow does step onto the point, killed off that beam destroyer. Looks like the other one also got killed off. Bit of a skill issue there from Crosscut. They definitely have a kind of newer player vibe to them, but still respect them for coming out to play with the gold stack. Appreciate them playing for that because everyone else is retired. All right. Crosscut here is, yep, going to be largely knocked out of the game. They're down
The
to
enemy
just their
secured zone
Sarissa and
fulcrum.
gun frigate and their singular gun capper left that is trying to defend a weak point end. Honestly, yeah, it should be fine. This thing has no weapons, no threat to it. All right. Tarna's Heart is getting peppered to death by infinite small caliber guns. This is why some people have tried the tech of putting a Mark 65 onto their Acello and trying to bombshell people. I don't know how good that tech is. I've just seen people doing it. So. In the meantime, the plasma liner for the usage that honestly it hit the 1 capital that was on the field for ANS, so credit to it. Plasma liner just soaking up hits here. Edge has a 100 mil grape shot AG liner, so in all honesty, if there was anything that's going to eviscerate these things quickly, that would be it, plus a offset lock. So we'll see if they get any of those.
The enemy
OSP's
is
pretty
securing
thin right
zone
now, so
dagger.
low odds. Carrier has moved over here. Despite all of the backline rush, OSP still is staying ahead by 500 points as their TNS cap fleet was largely degraded due to Trojans splitting their forces and winning the F point side. Beyond that, yeah, I guess Scrub is splitting off one of their ships here, going for the A point, the adult mind, I suppose it is. The false description of this game. Thank you very much. All right. Radio Gaga here is just taking infinite hits to the power section. Not really much to say beyond that. It's free real estate and it gives Anna something to chew on, I guess. If Edge gets offset lock, like I mentioned, they can rip through pretty much all of this with 100 mil. The only question is, where do they get it from? There is technically a shuttle up here, but this thing's reactor and radar are down. So beyond that,
The
they have to
enemy
hope
is
for
securing
this thing,
Zone
which is about
Atlas.
to blow up the fuel line fire.
The enemy secured Zone
Let's watch the
Dagger.
pretty explosion, shall we? It's 10 seconds. Okay. Violence goes on in the background as we just observe this thing's detonation. Like 3, 2, 1. There you go. Hey, brilliant purple violence. Yippee. And that thing is out of here. All right. Potentially, Edge lines up for a point blank visual shot here. As long as they can get their arc to fire, they should be good.
The enemy is securing
T-30s
Zone
will shred through stuff
Gambit.
very quickly, but also die equally fast as T-30s are made out of wet tissue paper. D point cap looking like it's going to go through here as Trojan Shadow will rotate over, get their 100 mil 250 liner onto the last ship that Crosscut has. Already striking at the Sarissa awareness brick here, which has just taken a big hit to the reactor. I believe that was Ajax and Menace Flight that did that. Credit to Tom Zero staying
The
alive
enemy
during all of
secured
this. They do
Zone
lose another
Atlas.
one of their hangars, but they don't really need that right this second. I suppose for launching bombers it could matter, but do they even have anything in the flight decks? Not really. All right. A point attempts to get denied there a little too late. Lightning Flight does come through with the dump of R2s, and that's going to remove this gun brick from the game. So, first loss of the Helltag fleet there, which is Scrubus, I'm pretty sure they said.
The enemy is securing Zone
This thing's
Dagger.
the EWAR vet, which is just. What? Oh, they cooked themselves down with it. Okay, that's funny. This thing will eventually
The
burn to death.
enemy has
Yippee.
secured Zone Gambit.
Okay, Butcher Flight tries to get airborne, do some stuff. Unfortunately, Microsoft Edgelord appears to have this thing called a point defense, and a lot of it. There's a Bastion and then 5 Cavises. So they're going to say, no. All right, Carrier is going to get knocked out here. That will be a hard kill on that. The Plasma Liner is actually still alive and throwing plasma.
The enemy is securing Zone Boxer.
Okay, that's not what I expected to see. I thought that thing would be gone by now. Similar story over here. A lot of crippled capitals, but they're not quite dead yet. Honestly, ANS like kind of throwing, not killing off a lot of these things. You can just finish these off pretty easily on the way by, but all right. Um, Crosscut Racer calling GG as they have been knocked out of the game with their final ship here, just not really being able to do much with it. Um, OSP will hold the D point,
The enemy
wherever that
secured
is.
Zone Dagger.
There it is. On the Anus Natural, B point flip is going to go off here as we'll see Rubus get onto this point. And yeah, Plasma Exchange goes off here. I think that they've realized now that they're just going to lose on the caps. They don't have enough time to secure the lower E, F, and G points. How big is this map, anyways? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Have a look at the top and bottom of this thing. All right. Well, that was
The
game.
enemy secured Zone Boxer.
Tech T coming out here, looking to hit Microsoft Edgelord. Will contribute a bit towards the structure breaking of this liner. 2 hits, dings the storage. That's fine. Citadel. Citadel CIC in this? Not what I expected. Cheap out on the drive, but you afford Citadel CIC? I don't know on that one, Chief. That's a choice. All right, 100 mil clearing what they can, going for the cap victory. Despite the sheer number of light assets, ANS elects to not split them for caps or go to capitalize across the map here. Instead, like to double back and then try and control this area. Still allowed OSP to add up too many points over time. It's the downside of trying to all in on one side of the map. It's very large time to transit. Yeah. Long as OSP does not lose all their combat capability, their carrier does have T-30s to see off any wayward little capper like this thing trying to get into like lockdown position. OSP should be good to win this, despite suffering the entire game. So we'll see how things end up going. Lightning Flight has no more missiles. These are air control, which honestly could just go back to the carrier right now and land because there's nothing really fun to do. How many rockets left? There's some Piranha rockets, so Splinter Flight could be rekitted as Light Strike. Team should communicate that the carrier was knocked out, so fighter threat is not thing anymore. Banana tempts the monkey, sweet with lots of teeth. Suppose that's a term. I know Escape is casting this on his channel. I'm curious what the hell their take would be on any of this. Because yeah, this has just been a match to watch.
I have not been
Uh,
paying the most attention. What did the carrier have for strike? The
Which
OSP carrier,
carrier?
that is.
ANS
OSP
carrier or
carrier.
OSPs?
OSP.
ANS?
uh,
OSP.
OSP.
Alright, OSP carrier, let's take a look. They had a collection of torpedoes in the form of great swords, and a lot of R2 rockets, as is tradition. They had some cluster bombs in there somewhere, a couple KB-2s. Their bombers were ceramic tilings, missile control computers, so I believe that's for the command. So yeah.
Yeah, so I just tuned in like recently as I was eating dinner, but I I assume the carrier just kind of deleted the cap fleet, and then all the OSP capitals just kind of died on points because secured land.
OSP Capitals got rolled over on the B, G, and C side as like all of the super cringe sprinter frigate ball rolled through. Let's actually take a look at this. That was 250 bombshell, and it did not appear to do the most, like what one would assume. There was some yammering in pregame lobby about needing 10 depth override or something for bombshell, so it doesn't like get bounced by weird sprinter angles. But I legitimately don't know how much of a factor that plays here. You see
Yeah.
these 250s load up in a second.
So the thing is that um, hold on, I have this information somewhere. Yeah, because I asked Dodo about bombshell. Yep. Okay. So 250 bombshell does 15 damage per fragment. So it's not enough to gray out thrusters, let alone like CICs or DC lockers. So
For what it's worth, it
bombshell,
redded the hell out of this thing.
yeah, bombshell will like soften stuff up, but it's not going to break anything. It won't even break maneuvering thrusters on a sprinter.
Mm. Well, given what a fully redded sprinter has to deal with in terms of the stuff, that is enough. OSP does manage to clutch this game out just by winning cap advantage on the offside of the map there. Yeah. Um, ANS light swoops all in, mauls the OSP comp that was expecting capitals with a form of plasma and some bombing stuff, but OSP elects to try and take map presence despite their initial losses at 3 capitals up top. Uh,
Yeah, ANS was just like, oops, all littoral warfare.
I'm gonna be real, I think ANS threw this one. Like, with the initial advantage they had there, rolling through the back line, they could have just probably kept their rotation going, gone down through the middle of the map with their stuff instead of doubling back the way they did. Had great opportunities to try and just wipe anything out, chase down the carrier.
Yeah.
Take
I
a look at
think
it.
IN didn't do like one thing that this kind of victim is good at, which is being at a lot of places at once. They were
Yeah,
all on
multitasking is
one
hard.
side